right, we can get started. If you want to come to a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you, you can sit up on a block, on a blanket, a pillow, just on your mat. Your knees can be crossed. You can do a fire log pose and just place one shin on top of the other. Wherever you're most comfortable, you can place your hands on your knees, palms down for grounding, palms up for energizing. Check in with the top of your head. Imagine there's a string coming from the crown of your head, pulling your spine nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down your back. Check in with your neck. Make sure you're not holding any tension there. You're elongating it. And just start to focus on your breath. No need to judge or change your breath. Just start to pay attention to what it's doing. While you're sitting here, with your eyes closed or your gaze lowered,
Lottie, I hate you, but I fucking love yoga. Fuck niggers.
Well, somebody broke in.
My dog. Should be able to practice austerity, but go back to where you were, breathing. See if you can still imagine that string on the crown of your head. But maybe instead of a string, it's a dripping candle, dripping wax or water, anything relaxing to you, down, starting at the crown of your head, going down, all over your body, just relaxing warmth. And with either hand, take your two peace fingers. We're going to go ahead and place them on the forehead between your eyebrows. We're just breathing, Shannon. We'll be working with the thumb and the ring finger. Starting with the thumb against one nostril, go ahead and inhale through the opposite nostril. And then close off your open nostril and exhale out the first nostril. Inhaling here. Closing off the nostril with the thumb, releasing the other nostril and exhaling. Inhaling here. Closing off the nostril, releasing the thumb and exhaling. Inhaling here. Closing off the nostril, opening the other side and exhaling. Inhaling here. Closing off the nostril, exhaling. Inhale. Close the nostril, release the other side and exhale. Inhaling here. Closing that nostril, exhaling one final time out that thumb side. Release your hand down. Go ahead and breathe normally. Check in with each nostril, seeing if you feel any different on either side before we started. Continuing to breathe here, check in with your mind, see if you're thinking thoughts from earlier today. See if you can just erase those. Let them go by like trains on a track. Can't talk. I'm joking. ready, you can gently open your eyes, release your hands wherever they are. Give yourself a little neck shake out. Give yourself a little shoulder shake out. And then checking in with your stance, your sit. Make sure both sit bones are pressing into the mat here. Belly button can be pulled into the spine. Ribs popping out, go ahead and tuck them back in. Nice long spine pulling up at the crown of the head. And we'll just inhale the arms straight up in the air. Exhale, lower those shoulders down the back. Inhale, reach those fingertips to the sky. Exhale, melt the shoulders. Really make that stretch come from the interior of the arm. I don't know how loud I am. And just breathe here. Checking in with your sit bones. Make sure they're both pressing into the mat. Make sure you're not holding any unnecessary tension anywhere. And we'll exhale to the right side, placing the right hand on the mat, reaching the left hand over top. Again, checking in with those sit bones, making sure both are equally into the mat. You can shine your chest into the sky if you'd like. See if you can get long in both sides of the side body. And on your next inhale, we'll go back to center. Exhale down to the left side, left hand on the mat, right arm reaching over top, shining that chest towards the sky, pressing both of the sit downs equally into the mat. Feeling long in both sides of the side body. And just breathe here. And then inhaling center. Exhale, fold forward. You can pull that belly button towards the spine. See if you can elongate that tailbone back. Exhale, you can drop your neck down gently. Maybe on your next exhale, you fold a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, coming back to center. Inhaling your arms up in the air, exhaling your hands to grab your hips. Rotate those elbows to the back, pressing the arms back behind you, pointing the elbows behind you. And on your next exhale, go ahead and shine that chest towards the ceiling. Gently lower your neck down. Check in with your knees, make sure they didn't pop up in the air. Just breathe here in a baby camel. On your next inhale, come on back up, release your arms down, give them a little shake out. Wipe off any bug bites you may have. Inhale your arms up and exhale, twist to the right, placing the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, twist to the back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist deeper. And inhale to a nice little counter twist. Exhaling back to the center. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, twisting to the opposite side. Placing that right hand on the left knee. Inhaling, nice long spine. Exhaling, twisting further back. Inhaling, long spine. Exhaling, twisting. One more like that. Inhaling a nice long spine. Exhaling, twisting to the back. Your next inhale, you can come over for a nice little counter twist. And exhale, back center. Inhale your arms up in the air. Exhale those shoulders down the back. Inhale the hands reaching into the sky. We'll take the right arm, bend that elbow down, reach the hand down the back. Exhale the left hand onto the right elbow. Press the elbow down and back a little bit further. Check in with your ribs. If they popped out, pop them back in. Option here to release the top arm, come into the bind, reaching for your t-shirt or hand in the back, whatever you can reach. Breathing here. Exhale, release the bind. Release your top arm. Inhale, both arms back up into the air. Exhale, melting those shoulders down. Inhaling, hands reaching for the sky. Exhale, bend that left arm now. Right hand comes down, pressing the elbow back down the back. Breathing here, tucking those ribs back in. Nice long spine, nice long tailbone. Exhale that top arm back to reach into the bind if you'd like, reaching for your hand or t-shirt in the back. Realizing both sides of your body may be different. So maybe you can reach a little further on one side than the other. Breathing here. Your next exhale, release your bind, release your top arm, give yourself a little shake. Inhale your arms out nice and long to a T. Exhale, doesn't matter which arm comes on top, just wrap your arms around, hug yourself. See if you can grab your shoulder blades, maybe hook your fingers around them behind you. Breathing here, opening up those shoulder blades, opening up your outer arm muscles. Inhale, release your hands, arm out to a big T again. Switch the crossing of your arm, opposite arm on top. Reach back for those shoulder blades. Give yourself a nice little hug. Opening up your shoulders. Opening up your outer arms. On your next exhale, release your arms down. Give yourself a little shake out. And we'll come to a tabletop on your mat. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Nice long spine. Imagine that string's back on the top of the crown of your head, pulling your neck, pulling your spine long. Check in with the tops of your feet, press them into that mat. Breathing here. Pressing your fingertips and the tops of your feet into your mat to make this very passive pose active. If you're like me, you're gonna foot cramp this foot right here. Just breathe. Your next exhale, let it go. We'll inhale into cat-cow. Inhaling, dropping the udder down, reaching the chest forward. Exhaling, rounding in the back, pulling the belly button towards the spine, releasing the neck down. Inhaling, dropping that udder down, opening the chest forward. Exhaling, rounding in the back. Inhaling, cow. Exhaling, cat. Inhaling, cow. Exhaling, cat. Continue to make these movements with your own breath, linking movement to breath, inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. You can add any additional movements you want. You can add S and C curves into the spine. You come down into child's pose, maybe come up into half chaturanga. If you'd like to add movements to the cat, you can always come onto your tiptoes when you're rounding in your back, releasing back to the tops of the feet when you come in. Just breathing, warming up that spine, doing nice, gentle movements in. And when you're ready, you can come back to stillness. And do a nice, gentle stretch for the toes and the tops of the feet and the ankles. Continuing in cat-cow just as we are, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Lift those ankles a few inches off the ground. Not too high, so you're stressing any muscles, any joint. And exhale those knees back down to the mat. Curl your toes under. Give yourself a little counter stretch there. Maybe bring the bum down to the heels if you need a little bit deeper of a stretch. Inhaling back to cow. We'll do one more time, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhaling the knees, maybe half as high as you did before. Exhaling back down, tucking the toes under. Bring that bum to the heels if you need. And we'll come back to tabletop. From here, we'll raise that left arm into the air for a nice gentle twist. Checking in with your knees and the tops of your feet. Make sure they're all pressing into the mat. Check in with your hips. See if they're still square to the mat. See if the twist can come from the center of your body. And on your next exhale, we'll take that arm and thread it underneath the other, threading the needle, pressing the outer edge of that shoulder into the mat. Side of the face can be down. You can walk those fingers towards the front if you'd like. Go ahead and walk your fingers back. Place that hand on the mat. Reach up again into your twist. Exhale your hand back onto the mat. Other arm in the air, raised nice and tall for your gentle twist. Checking in with the tops of the feet, checking in with the knees. Make sure they're all pressing down into the mat. Hips are square, twist is coming from the center of the body. And on your next exhale, we'll thread that arm underneath, lay the outer edge of the shoulder on the mat, and walk this hand out in front if you need to. Breathing here. Exhale, walk those fingers back. Press that hand into the mat. Reach up again for your twist. Exhale, hand back down to the mat. In cat-cow, you can lift those feet off the mat this time. Gives yourself a little ankle twist back and forth. Just twisting those feet into circles in either direction. And when you're done with that, we're going to start with the left leg. Bring that up at a 90-degree angle, parallel to the mat. Nice, strong leg. Check in with your hips. Make sure they're square, pressing both hands into the mat. From here, extend your opposite hand forward. Your knees drooping down, bring it back up. Reaching that opposite arm forward, stretching in either direction. We'll exhale, bring the elbow to the knee in the center. Inhale, back up the way we were, arm outstretched, knee nice and bent. Exhale, bring both limbs back down to the mat. Right leg in the air, half balancing tiger, a nice right angle. Hips are square to the mat, equal pressure in both hands. Breathing here. Reach that opposite hand out front. Reaching your hand forward, leg backward. Exhale, meet the elbow and the knee in the middle. Inhale, back up into the air. Exhale, replace all your limbs back onto the mat. Pressing your fingers into the mat as though your hands were in down dog. Fingertips spread far apart, pressing nice and strong. See if you can tuck your toes under here and lift your knees, pressing back into downward facing dog. Nice, even cat-cow stance. Maybe a little shorter than you're used to, maybe the same that you're used to. From here, you can pedal out your feet. Make that movement reach your hips, reach your low back. When you're ready to come to stillness, inhale those heels high in the air, up on tippy toes. Exhale, bring the heels down as low as possible. Press that bum into the air. And on your next exhale, we'll roll forward to plank pose. Inhaling here in plank. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up in the air, three-legged dog, nice straight, long leg. Exhale, bend your knee, pull that heel towards the bum. Inhale, open up the hips. Give your hip a little twist if you'd like. Move that knee around in a circle, both directions. If you're good here, stay. If you'd like to come forward into a plank and bring your knee to your elbow with me, we're going to do it 3 times. And then come back into down dog, three-legged dog, all right? Again, if you're good here, stay. So we're going to exhale into plank, pulling the knee towards the elbow. Inhaling back to three-legged dog. Exhale, elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Last time, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale your foot back onto the mat. Inhale the opposite leg into the air. Nice long leg, three-legged dog. Your next exhale, bring that heel towards your bum. You can open your hips up if you'd like. Breathe in here. You can rotate that knee in a circle either direction. If you're good here, stay. If not, you can always exhale with me into a plank pose. You did inhale before, this time we're going to do exhale. Exhale forward, knee to elbow. Inhaling back up to three-legged dog. Exhale forward, knee to elbow. Inhaling up, three-legged dog. One more time, exhaling forward, knee to elbow. Inhaling up, three-legged dog. And exhaling foot back to the mat. Give your hips a little shake. Give your knees a little shake. When you're ready, you can walk your hands back to meet your feet. You're in a forward fold at the back of your mat. First forward fold. You can be folded as deeply or as shallowly as you'd like. Knees can be bent here. You can be straight up and down, whatever you prefer. Spine is long, neck is relaxed. You can shake your head yes, nod your head no. Shake it from side to side. Release your arms down. Just breathing here. Maybe each exhale you fold a little millimeter deeper. You can pull that belly button to the spine for a little more space. When you're ready, you can place your hands on your shins. Inhale your spine nice and long for a flat back. And exhale, fold forward, melting your hands down your legs. Option here to stand on your palms. You can grab your 2-piece fingers around your big toes for Yogi Toa. And exhale, bend your elbows and pull the top half of your torso down towards your legs. Or you can interlace your hands behind your back and open up the shoulders while you fold. Whatever arm variation you choose, make sure your neck is still nice and loose and free. Release your arms wherever they are. Place the hands on the shins again, nice long flat back. Pull that belly button towards the spine here. Exhaling again to fold forward. This time check in with your feet. You can heel toe your feet together so your toes are touching and your heels are about 1 inch apart. Or you can leave your feet about 2 fist width distance, or you can extend your stance even wider, whichever you prefer. We are going to come into chair. Standing here with your good foundation and base, go ahead and bend those knees pretty deeply. Rest the chest and belly on the thighs. See if you can bring your bum down really low, maybe a little lower. Maybe you want to check in with your feet again. Maybe you want to change your stance. Exhale your bum a little lower and we'll inhale the arms up in the air for chair. Breathing here. Exhaling. And on your next exhale, you can stand up, release your arms, and give your hips a little shake out. Step to the front of your mat. Whoops. Standing in mountain pose, all 4 corners of both feet pressing into the ground. Inhaling the arms up in the air. Exhale the shoulders down the spine. Inhale, hands up. Exhaling, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands and we'll send the right leg back behind you. Front knee is bent, low lunge, both hands on the mat. Front knee is at a 90-degree angle. Exhaling that back knee down, release the top of the foot to the mat. Check in with your stance, make sure you're nice and strong. You can pull that heel towards the knee energetically for balance. So we'll inhale the arms up in the air, gaze at the thumb stroke, slight back bend. Exhale, hands, actually stay up. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, if you'd like to take a twist, you may. So instead of putting your hand on the mat and your other arm in the air, we're gonna start with our hands at heart center, hook that elbow around the knee, and twist from here. Pressing your elbow into your knee into your elbow, pressing these hands into one another, you can really leverage your twist. Breathe here. And when you're ready, you can release your elbow from your knee. Bring your hands and your body back to center. Release your hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes under, come into a low lunge. We'll send this back, front leg up back to meet the back. Downward facing dog. Breathing here in down dog. Inhaling to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. And then on your next inhale, we'll lift the right leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, bring that foot towards the bum. Breathing here. Exhaling, coming into plank, we'll place that foot in between the hands. Now you're in a low lunge on the other side. Check in with your stance if you need to. We'll drop that back knee down, release your toes, press the top of the foot into the mat. You can energetically reach that heel towards your knee for stability. We'll inhale the arms up for Anjaneyasana. Using that thumbs for a back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we'll come into our twist, hooking the, I don't know what side we're on, left elbow around the right knee. Pressing your hands together, pressing the elbow into the knee into the elbow, and leverage yourself into a nice twist. Center. Exhale your hands down to frame your foot. Pop that back leg up, so we're in a low lunge again. Exhale the front leg back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling that left leg up in the air, nice long leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee, bending that knee, bringing the heel towards the bum. Breathe here. Exhale, bring that knee forward in between your hands. Help it if it needs. Adjust your stance here. Nice low lunge again. Exhale the back leg up to meet the front. Oh, there's that. That's why I'm confused. Fold forward here. Hands on your shins. Inhale, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Standing in mountain pose. Release your arms, release your legs. yourself a little shake out. Standing in mountain pose in the front of your mat, pushing both feet into the ground. Inhale your arms up in the air. Exhale, shoulders down the back. Inhale, arms nice and long. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Where are we? Sorry. From here, plant your hands on the mat. Send that right leg back behind you so you're in a low lunge. Nice strong stance. We're gonna drop that back knee, release your toes, come into Anjaneyasana, inhaling the arms up above your head. From here, exhale your arms back down, tuck those back toes under, and come into a low lunge. We're gonna do the same twist from here. So you have the option of leaving this knee down, bring your hands to heart center, and coming in that way. Or you can pop this back knee up. Nice, strong, low lunge, we know, because we don't have to put our hands anywhere. Bringing your hands to heart center, locking that elbow with the knee, hooking it around there, pressing your hands against one another, and twisting from your low lunge. Breathing here. When you're ready, you can release your hands back to the mat. We'll take this. No, we won't. We'll stay here. Oh my God, Tiffany, you distracted me so much. All right, from here, go ahead and rotate that back heel down. Leaving the hips pointed towards the front, we're gonna inhale up for warrior one. 90-degree angle in the front knee. Nice strong stance. Back edge of the back foot is glued to the mat, arms in the air. Exhale your hands behind your back. You can interlace your hands or your fingers. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, shine the chest towards the sky. And then exhale, fold forward, bringing your chest to your knee for humble warrior. Inhaling that chest back to the sky. Release your hands. We'll exhale, bring your hands back to the mat. Bring this front leg to the back. Push back into downward facing dog. Give your hips a little shake out. Give your feet a little shake back and forth. We'll inhale forward to plank. Drop your knees, chest into the mat. Inhaling for low cobra. And exhaling, pressing back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring that right leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, bring that heel towards the bum. Breathe here. Exhale, bring your foot forward in between your hands. Help it if you need. Low lunge on this side. So pop that back knee down, release your toes, pressing the top of the foot into the mat. Inhale your arms up in the air for Anjaneyasana. Exhale your hands back to the mat. Tuck those toes under, lift the knee up for a low lunge here. Option to pop that knee back down if you'd like. We're gonna inhale up, hands to heart center, and exhale, hook your knee and your elbow together, pressing your hands together, come into a low lunge. Breathing here. Woo. Your next exhale, release your hands back to the mat. We're gonna adjust the back foot so it's at a 45-degree angle. Heel is down. Front leg is still bent. Hips are facing the front of the mat. We're gonna inhale our arms up for warrior one. Adjust your stance if you need to. Back, outer edge of the back foot is glued to the mat. Front knee is bent. Breathing here. Exhale your hands back behind your back. Interlace your fingers together, weird thumb on top this time. Inhale, shine the chest towards the sky. Exhale, fold your front body forward, coming to a humble warrior. On your next inhale, bring your chest back to the sky. Release your arms. You can inhale your arms back up to warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame that front foot. We'll kick it back behind us, downward facing dog. Breathing here in down dog. Give your hips a little shake if they need it. You can give your, pedal out through the feet if you need. Just breathe here. On your next exhale, roll forward to plank. Drop your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale for a low cobra. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. And when you're ready, you can hop or step to the front of your mat, coming into a forward fold. Placing your hands on your shins, inhaling up for a nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. And you roll up to stand, placing vertebrae on top of vertebrae. And get yourself a little shakeout, maybe a little drink. Guys, I hope you're not looking at me because there are holes in my pants and I'm very embarrassed. Okay. All right, one more time. Pressing down into those feet, inhale your arms up in the air. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Hands on shins, inhale, nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, place that right foot back behind you. Breathing here. We're gonna exhale the knee down. Inhale the arms out for Anjaneyasana. Exhale your hands back down, or tuck the toes, pop that back knee under. We'll do a quick one breath twist in low lunge. Back to center. Rotate that back heel down. Inhale your arms up for warrior one. Exhale your hands down your back, interlace your fingers together. Shine your chest forward on an inhale, and exhale, fold forward for humble warrior. On your next inhale, come back to warrior one, releasing your hands up into the air. And then exhale, rotate your hips and come into warrior two. Left knee is bent, nice strong stance. Outer edge of that right back foot is glued down to the mat. Arms are reaching in either direction, nice and strong. Pull that belly button towards the spine. Check in with your jaw, check in with your hips. Make sure you're not holding any tension unnecessarily. You can gaze over your front finger if you'd like. Check in with your front knee, make sure it's still bent. Pop that front palm up to the sky. Reach forward and scoop some air up while you come into reverse warrior. Make sure you're not dumping any weight into that back arm. You can lift it off your leg if need be. Adjust your stance any way that betters your balance. Make sure that front knee is still bent. And then we'll straighten up that front knee, bring our arms back into warrior two arms. Reach forward as much as possible and then come down into triangle. Reaching in either direction with the arms. See if you can find length in both sides of the side body here. Your next inhale, bring your arms back into the air. Exhale, bend that front knee forward again. Bring your forearm to your thigh and reach over top your head with your opposite arm. Windmill your arms down to the mat. We'll walk our hands in between our legs, adjust your feet. Toes can be in or out, whichever you prefer, but we'll come to a wide-legged forward fold. Release your neck down. Bring that belly button towards the spine if you need to. Give yourself a little more space. If you'd like to, you can walk your fingertips back behind you. And maybe with each exhale, you fold a little bit deeper. Walk those fingers back forward. Placing your fingertips on the mat, you can come into a flat back here. Exhaling, folding forward. Walk those fingers towards your back foot. And adjust your stance. You can be in a low lunge towards the back of the mat. From here, we'll pop that back knee down. Inhale the hands up in the air for Anjaneyasana. Exhale the hands back down to the mat. You can tuck those back toes under if you'd like. We'll do a quick one breath in our low lunge twist. Hooking that elbow around the knee and pressing the hands together. Exhaling the hands back to the mat. Adjust your stance so that your heel is down and your foot is at a 45-degree angle. Bend this front knee. Hips are towards the front of the back of the mat. We'll inhale those arms up for a warrior one. Exhale your hands back behind your back, weird thumb on top. Breathing here, shining the chest towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward, bringing your chest towards your knee. Humble warrior. Inhaling back up, releasing your arms back to the air for warrior one. Exhale, open your hips, open your arms up. We'll come into a warrior two with the right leg in the front. Outer edge of that back foot is glued to the ground. Right leg is bent, knee is at a 90-degree angle. Arms are nice and strong in either direction. Breathe here. Gaze can be over that front hand. When you're ready, you can pop that palm into the air, reach forward and back, coming into reverse warrior. Make sure you're not dumping any weight in that back arm. Reaching in the side body. Exhaling back to warrior two arms. Straighten out that front knee. We'll reach all the way forward and come into triangle. Reaching both sides of the side body. Stretching both arms in either direction. And we'll inhale back to warrior two, bend that front knee. Place your forearm on your thigh and reach your left arm over top. Shining that chest towards the sky. Breathing here. When you're ready, exhale your hands down to the mat. Walk your hands towards the center. Adjust your feet. Feet can be pigeon-toed or out, whichever you prefer. Exhale, fold forward. Reach those fingers back behind you if you'd like. And just breathe here. And a wide-legged forward fold. Knees can be bent as much as you'd like here. When you're ready, you can walk those fingers towards the front of the mat. So you're in a low lunge on the original side. Take that front leg back to meet the back leg, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. When you're ready, you can step, or hop to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Hands on your shins for a nice long flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, up to stand, stacking each vertebrae on top of each other. Coming into a mountain pose. People are talking at me. What time is it? All right. Whew. Never enough time. Okay. We'll go through one more time, 1 breath per movement, nice and easy. Shorten it up a little bit, okay? Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Hands on shins, nice long flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat. Bring that right leg back behind you. Drop the knee down to the ground. We'll inhale up for Anjaneyasana. Exhale down. Tuck those back toes under. Come into a low lunge. Inhale, hands to heart center. Come into a low lunge twist. Breathe here. Exhale, hands back down to the mat. Adjust your stance so your heel is now on the mat. Foot is at a 45-degree angle. Hips are pointed straight forward to the mat. Inhale the arms up for warrior one. Exhale, hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Breathe, shine the chest towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward for humble warrior. Inhale, back up. Release the hands into the sky for warrior one. Exhale, open your stance up for warrior two. Place that palm towards the sky. Reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Then we'll come into side angle pose, putting the forearm on the thigh, bringing the opposite arm over top. Exhale, hands down to the mat, frame that front foot. We'll kick the front leg back to meet the back foot. Downward facing dog. Exhaling forward to plank. Inhaling here. Exhaling, lowering the knees, chest and chin. Inhaling to a low cobra. Exhaling, pressing back into a downward facing dog. Right leg in the air. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands. Now we're in a low lunge on the other side. Drop that back knee down. We'll inhale the arms up in the air for Anjaneyasana. Exhale your hands back to the mat. Tuck the back toes under, low lunge. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, twist to your low lunge. Breathe here. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Rotate your back heel down, keeping those hips forward. Inhaling, arms up for warrior one. Exhaling, hands back. Interlace your finger, weird thumb on top this time. Inhale, shine the chest towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Inhale up for warrior one, releasing the hands into the sky. Exhale, open up for warrior two. Place that palm towards the sky. Scoop the air up for humble warrior. Make sure that front knee is still bent. We'll come into side angle pose. Forearm on thigh, left arm reaching over top. Exhale your hands back to the mat. We'll kick our front leg back to meet the back, downward facing dog. Inhaling forward to plank. Exhaling, dropping the knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhaling for a low cobra. And exhaling, pressing back into downward facing dog. When you're ready, you can hop or step to the front of the mat, coming into your forward fold. Exhaling all the air out here. Placing your hands on your shins, coming into a nice long flat back. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, rolling up the stand. All right, standing poses. Starting with your right foot, pressing it into the ground, all four corners of that right foot into the ground. We'll come into tree pose. Your heel can kickstand at the ankle. Foot can be against the calf, or heel pressing into the inner thigh, whichever you prefer. Hands can be on your hips at heart center or blowing in the breeze. And just balance. When you're ready, you can release that foot from your leg. Go ahead and bring that knee forward. Kick your foot out straight ahead. See if you can lift that heel up a little more, maybe a little more, and let it go. Shake out your standing leg. Place the opposite foot down, all four corners of the foot pressing into the mat. Opposite foot can kickstand at the heel. Foot can be against the calf or heel pressing into the inner thigh. Hands can be on your hips at heart center or blowing in the breeze, whichever you prefer. As long as you don't place your knee and your foot on the same plane, you're good. You can release your foot from your leg, bring your knee forward, reach that foot out, bring it a little higher, and let it go. Coming into mountain at the front of your mat, inhale your arms up in the air. Exhale, forward fold. Release your neck down. Place your hands on your shins. Inhale, nice long flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop your feet back so you're in downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that heel towards the bum. Open up the hips and breathe in here. On your next exhale, sweep that shin forward and come into pigeon. Front of the shin should be parallel to the front of your mat. Foot is flexed. Any support you need can go underneath any of your hips or legs. Back leg is reaching back behind you. Shining that chest forward and then folding down into pigeon. Placing the forehead on a mat or your hand or a block, whichever you prefer. And just breathe here. Opening up those outer hips. Making sure you're not holding any tension in your shoulders. ready, you can walk your hands back. Inhale your toes up. Pressing those hands into the mat, tucking your back toes under. See if you can press your midsection up and lift that foot into the air for three-legged dog. Exhaling the foot back to the mat. Inhale, left leg in the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend that knee, pull the heel towards the bum. Inhale, open up the hips. And on your next exhale, we'll sweep the shins forward so you're in a pigeon on the opposite leg. Feet are flexed, foot is flexed. Any support you need, nice long straight back leg. Come up on your fingertips, shine that chest forward, and exhale, fold down. Forehead can come to the mat or a block or your hand. Make sure you're not holding any tension in your shoulders or your jaw or your glutes. And on your next inhale, you can come up onto your fingertips. Curl your spine, press into those hands, tuck your back toes under. Inhale that leg back up into the air, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot back onto the mat. Last opportunity here, if you'd like chaturanga, you can roll forward to a plank. Exhale your knees, chest and chin to the mat. Inhale forward to a low cobra. And exhale, press back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in down dog. When you're ready, we'll roll forward to plank. Exhale, lower the whole body down to the mat. Placing the forehead on the mat, you can rotate your head from side to side. Give yourself a little massage or a little nose bump. Release your hands down to the sides. Zip your thighs together all the way to the toes. And reach the hands back behind you. You can interlace your fingers here. Inhale your head, neck, and chest into the sky. Breathe here. On your next inhale, bring the legs up as well. And breathe here. Reaching those hands back, reaching those feet back. Exhale, release all the way back to the mat. One cheek down on the mat. Give your hips a little shake back and forth. One more like that. Zip the legs up, thighs to feet. Interlace the hands behind your back here. Thumb on top this time. Inhale the head, neck, and chest into the air. Breathe here. On your next inhale, lift the legs as well. And just breathe here, reaching the hands and feet back. Exhale forward, opposite cheek to the mat. Give yourself a full sit down. ready, you can roll onto your backs. Placing your feet on the mat, knees knocked in together. Check in with your low back, elongate that tailbone down. Closing that gap in that low back. Breathe in here. Bring both knees into your chest and roll back and forth, giving yourself a little massage. From here, see if you can elongate your legs into the air. Flex your feet so it looks like you're standing on the ceiling. Knees can be bent as little or as much as you want here. Just going for a nice, easy inversion. Release any tension in your glutes, any tension in your neck, any tension in your abs. If you'd like to grab the back of your thighs and pull your legs a little bit closer to you, you're more than welcome. Exhale those legs back down to the mat, placing the feet so you can just about graze your heels with your fingertips. Placing them about hips width distance apart, pressing into the bottoms of the feet. We'll inhale the hips and chest into the air for bridge pose. Option to wiggle those arms behind you, interlace your hands behind your back, and press your hips a little higher into the air. Breathe in here. Release your hands, release your spine back to the mat. Hug those knees into your chest. Have a little hug, a little rock back and forth. Release your feet back to the mat. And windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Nice and gently. You can come to stillness, placing those feet on the mat. We'll bring the right ankle to left knee. Lift the left leg in the air. Knee is bent at a 90-degree angle. Lace your hands back behind your left thigh, pulling that thigh towards you. Option here to press your elbow against your knee, pulling it on one side of the body, pressing out on the other side. Both feet are flexed here. If this still isn't enough for you, option to rock back and forth and try to find an area that's maybe more sore, more stuck. Center, release your legs down, opposite ankle on knee. Bring your right leg up. We'll interlace behind your thighs. Pull that thigh towards you. Option to press out on the opposite knee. Both feet are flexed. If you need to rock back and forth to try to find a better stretch, you're more than welcome to. you're ready, come back to center, release both legs down. Windshield wiper those knees back and forth again. And we'll hug the knees into the chest, nice and tight. And drop them to either side for a twist. Both shoulders are on the mat, one hip is down, one hip is off the ground. Hands can be placed on the knees. If you'd like a deeper twist, you can always cross that top knee over the bottom. And just breathe here. Your next inhale, you can bring those knees back to center again, hug them in nice and tight, and drop them to the opposite side. Hands can be on your knees or anywhere you're comfortable. Crossing that top knee over the bottom will give you a deeper twist. On your next inhale, bring your knees back into your chest. And get in any last minute movements you'd like. You can always reach for your feet in a happy baby, rocking side to side. Or you can come straight into Shavasana. Set yourself up for a nice, comfy relaxation. And let all your hard work seep into your body. can begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Introduce small movements in your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can roll onto one side, using your arm as a pillow. Using that same slow quality of movement, you can come into a seat. Bring your hands to heart center and we'll close with one Om. Inhaling for Om. Namaste.